other side.
Yes, the two are the people that sit in your creation. Those are your original gods, the original creators. Your father being your originator because he carries the seed of life, and your mother being your creator because she carries the womb, which is Medu, the netta of the cosmic origin, the cosmic portal, the cosmic key, the pathway to life. That is our womb man. You are not different from a woman. She is also a man, but the bearer of a womb, the man that bears a womb. That is why we call them woman. She is not woe unto man. For some of you who is saying woe unto man, she is a womb man.
Wow. Okay.
Please, for some of us joining, I've said it that the meaning of chakra in Igbo means nganaba. Nganaba mmadu. That is your chakra. And your chakra is the 7 wives you are going to marry. You know, they say there will come a time where 7 wives will clench onto one man. Now your chakra be that too. You're welcome, rich boy.
So am I going to ask them to bring the sound for me here at Lomitogo?
Yes, they should bring the sand for you. I will tell you what to do with the sand.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
Mm.
very much, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Um, good noon, my brother. You're welcome.
How's family?
Everyone is fine.
I come across you this first time, so I decided to follow you. So you are talking about chi. So for me, I have done my chi. So, but I did not know what my chi do in the past or something like that. You understand?
Mm.
So knowledge is power. You understand? So in this tradition issue, there are many people who will come and tell you this, tell you that. It's like a church. Everybody preach this different doctrine. You understand?
Mm.
So at times you will confuse. You will not know the right thing to do. So, but as for me, I have done my chi because they have told me to do all my chi and do my water settlement. So I have done everything. So what baffles me is that we are telling somebody jokes now that there is something that is chi have done before that he does not know. Maybe somebody caused him, or maybe he have one or two issues. So the thing will be following
Mm.
the other person. So that's why I want to clarify about it.
Okay, let me give you a clearer understanding. In life, there are things you yearn for, right? There are things you want to have.
Yeah, yeah.
And you never, no matter how you try, you never have
You
them.
try. Yes.
There is a reason because whatever you are trying so hard to find is not supposed to be difficult. Whatever you find difficult to have is where you're finding, that is where your karma is sitting. That is what you're paying karma for. That is where you owe debt. So in your reality, it becomes difficult. Why? Because in a present life, you never valued that thing in your previous life. So in this life, the universe will teach you to value.
Okay.
You know? So because the chi is everlasting, the chi is your essence that is spiritual, that is everlasting. This body will die off, but the chi never experienced death. So you now living this world, the chi is using this body to experience this density as a living being.
Okay.
So for you to exist in this earth, what do you need? You need the flesh, which is the body, which is the energy.
Exactly.
So when this body is taken away from you through the act of death, what happens? The chi continues its living. So you become your highest potential. Why? Because in this life, the reason why we keep being human being is because we are listening more of the things of the body. When you're hungry,
Exactly.
you rush to eat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why not stay and not eat?
Because
Discipline. You need to
yeah,
learn
of course.
discipline. That is how to inscribe discipline into self. Do not listen to what the body tells you to do. Not be the body tell you to go and sex. You run and start looking for somebody to have sex with. Sometimes your urge of sex is because there is something rising within you. So when the thing comes into your spinal column, what happens? You begin to have urge for sex.
Yeah.
You see a feather on my eyes. This feather just fly to my eyes now. Let me remove it. Feather from my doves. My family. You see? So some people, once they just have that urge, they start having they start looking for somebody to satisfy the urges of the
Much of
flesh.
them.
If your flesh controls you, you have not yet started to live as a spiritual being. Why? Because you're paying attention to the hungers of the flesh.
Yeah.
So your chi have lived everlasting. If you're a woman, you're barren. That is because you had many in your past life and you never valued it.
Exactly. Because for me, other things, exactly what you just said now. You understand? I'm passing something like that, but other things at times more not maybe too difficult for me to have them. You understand? It will just take some time. But this particular one you said so is just the main issue for me.
That is it. This journey, we are supposed to study ourselves. From the knowledge you have gained from studying yourself, that is how you understand the outer universe, because you are no different from the outer universe. I gave example before. When you bottle air, it becomes an air inside a bottle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, when you put oxygen inside a bottle, it becomes an oxygen tank, right?
yeah.
So when you release the tank, what happens to the air inside the bottle?
It will go out
It becomes the same consciousness with the air outside.
outside. Yeah,
So we are not different from this process. That is the same process that if you put air inside the bottle, what happens? The bottle will start sweating.
well, yeah.
Yes, because the air is also conscious. That is why if they put you in a place that is not that is so comfy, what happens to you? You start sweating. Why? Because
So
you have a consciousness. You are like the
because you're not,
air. You
yeah,
are
you're not
like the
comfortable.
sea. You are like
Yeah,
the ocean. You are like the trees. You are like every other consciousness in the universe. Just because you have a body doesn't mean your consciousness is different from the consciousness in the outer universe.
that is true.
So the body we carry is what limits us from attaining the spiritual aspect of us, which is the divine essence. So when you see Nollywood people doing this, or they do this, something like this, the triangle, they are talking about the optic, the illusion being created on the optic, which makes you misunderstand things.
Yeah,
You are the beginning and you are the end. Everything about you ends with you. Sometimes the person you're calling your chi in a family it might not even be your chi. You might be the one who, because if you follow the true calculation, it takes 70 years before somebody can incarnate again. The incarnation does not happen immediately.
For me, because I didn't know that I'm reincarnator. So but when I asked my father, because then doing this church something, so I decided, okay, let me follow my route and let me know things about me. So when I asked my father said, I'm the one who reincarnated his grandfather. So, and this is what they have not told me when I was going to, because in church they cannot told you that there is reincarnation, except maybe you ask your father or you face your
Did you meet your grandfather?
No, I did not meet. I didn't
A
even know him to face.
lot of people misunderstand incarnation with reincarnation. Your incarnator is not your reincarnator.
Okay.
Your reincarnator is somebody you have the same character with. Maybe you possess the same characteristics. You behave like them. That is your reincarnator. And you can behave like them. Why? Because you must have been the person who gave birth to that person they are calling your chi. Or you might be the person who started the root of that family. You know your father is creating another root that is different from the one the father created. And you are going to create another root different from the one your own father created. Why? Because your own generation will bear your name, right?
Yeah.
And as time goes on, the name of your father goes on instant, which means nobody in your religion, in your lineage, will remember the names of your forefathers.
Because for me, even my father name, we are not bearing my father name. It's my grandfather name that we used to bear.
Yes, because your father want to uphold the name of the family lineage. He is a wise man. If you go to China, do you know that they keep screw of all the generation in a family? How many of us are doing that in Igbo land? None of us can remember our third generation ancestors. Talk less seventh. Yes. If you calculate it according to the sun, the moon, and the star, you calculate it according to the etymology of the universe, it takes 7 years. 70 years, sorry. 70 years. Reincarnation does not happen immediately. I've not even started going deep. I have to prep people before we start. This one is prepping everybody. Why? Because if I start going deep, everybody will be confused. African spirituality is not what you have been told. It's direct, it's far, far different from what you have been told. We don't kill animal to appease anything. That is why our forefathers, when they kill animal, they open the earth and bury the blood. So you also have to give respect to the animal you're killing. That is the intention, so that karma will not be inherited. So a lot of you in Igbo land have more karma from the one you have killed animal than the one you inherited yourself. There is no way you can be alive and reincarnate somebody, because it is the chi that lives everlasting. So while you are alive and somebody is reincarnate you, means you are a double now. How can your chi exist in two different lives? It's not possible. Our ancestors ate animal, but they never consumed animal. And they never consumed live animal. When I mean by live animal, when you cook animal and you eat it, you are consuming it live. That is a fleshy animal. We don't eat that. We dry it very well in the cooking place. We put it on top of the fireplace. So while you're cooking, the heat from the fireplace will dry the meat. So it stays there. We call it uneku. That is why the ash from uneku can be used to cure skin disease. It's also medicine. When somebody take poison, you use the ash, put it inside hot drink. Give the person one shot to drink. It will clean all the poison. We don't eat fleshy animal. All of you are eating fleshy animal. That is why you have a lot of parasite inside you. You dry it. You grill it very well before you eat it. And when you eat little. Our ancestors, when they put 2 parts of meat inside soup, is okay. My grandmother don't 2 meat, even one inside her soup. The other thing is dry fish and okporoko. Just 1 meat inside the soup is okay. I grew up without meat. Nobody gave me meat. When you fry it, you haven't gone the true process. You fried it with oil. It's still fleshy meat. You are forcing it to get dry naturally. That is what you smoke it on a fireplace. Make sure where you're cooking, is very important.
But most of everybody in this earth, most of everybody, they cook meat. None of them dry. So how will that one be?
What? None of our ancestors cooked meat. They cook and then dry. They cook it and then they dry it. Yes, they consider. Yes, my sister. African man go buy meat. The shoulder go rise like this because he won't cut meat. The chicken you're eating is lab test. That is why in Africa we don't have chicken. We have fowl. We have fowl in Africa. Fowl came from the bush. That is why if you go to the bush, you will see different fowl in the bush. We call it okwanta. That is the original okoko.
Even I remember then.
That is why in Igbo we call okoko okwa. Why? Because it came from the bush. Okwa is in the bush.
Yeah,
goat is in the bush. You can see goat in the bush. All of you are eating chicken. When it's Christmas, you start jumping. The Santa you're calling is in your body. Santa classroom is a part of your body. Igbo, Africa, we always love to celebrate something that is not relative to us.
Exactly.
How many cows are in the bush? How many of you have seen bush cow? The only bush cow is the bull. The Mexicans are using to run around everywhere. That is the original bush cow. The buffalo. Turkey is not in the bush. They created turkey from the peacock. Everybody is chopping gum. You're eating lab tests originally created to damage your genetics. Killing your genetics. They are weakening the genetics. But you don't know that the word class comes from classroom. It's really painful. This is a long journey. You people don't know. The war have started. The war is of spiritual and of the mind. It's not a physical war. It's a war of the mind. Spiritual. Because what you eat, you become. The information you get, you become. So you can become what you have been told. Yes, people will never grow old because the genetic is not strong. Even when you want to elevate yourself, you're creating weak sperm, so enlightenment will never come. That is why a lot of you manifested so much when you were younger. Why? Because you were not engaging in sexual activities. When you just have a thought, I wish my dad buy me a bicycle, boom, bicycle abia. The mind. The mind is the powerhouse of your reality. The fish is an animal, but eat them dry. Don't consume. A lot of you are no barbecue, eating lab fish. And when you eat it, you say, because I bought it 7,000, you're a rich man, you're claiming. Everybody is claiming. Pretenders. All pretenders. I cook for myself. When I add all the African spices and I bring it out for you like this, you will marvel. How many of you like this, they eat plantain, buy plantain like this, cook it very well and eat? But children of these days, you give them plantain, they will tell you, I prefer it ripe, it's not sweet. It's not sweet, I want Indomie. Indomie is made out of flour, chemical. We are in trouble, but we don't know it. Until people wake up and realize that we are in trouble. Do you know that plantain? Do you know that plantain? You don't need to cut plantain or maybe to uproot it from the hip. You don't need it. Do you know that plantain, that banana you're holding, the green one, just dig ground, put the head inside the ground, it will germinate. Do you know that? Because what you're eating as plantain is the seed of a plant. Uno amar. So you don't know that the black rope in the center of plantain and banana, those black dots, you don't know that is the seed of the plantain. All of you are eating agric plantain. If you want to know original organic African plantain, put it on the soil. If it doesn't grow, it's not plantain. You're eating rubbish, lab. Yes, Nami Tokam. Bring African plantain, put it on the ground. Just the plantain, that one you're eating. With the back, just put it on the ground. It go grow. That is how we plant plantain. All of you are planting lab. You need it to grow first before you go and dig it up and then transplant it to another place. That is not how we grow plantain. If you want to grow plantain, grow the one you're eating. If it grows, you are eating original plantain. Agwa ochinti oweli amelife. Agwa ochinti ofenyi si n'osha. All of you nechinti. Banana, bring just that banana you're eating, unripe one, put it on the ground. You see it germinate. Immediately you will be surprised, you'll be shocked when it starts growing. Why? Because it carries its seed inside. That is how we plant plantain. Go to the white side, the Western world. Plantain don't have seed. All the plantain you're eating there, it doesn't have seed. Yes, you're eating male plantain. The first chemical on it to create the female aspect of that plantain. All of the plant you're eating is all chemical.
That is true. Because you
It's
cannot get
all
Africa to,
masculine.
yes, that is true.
African plant grow fruits because they have the existence of the masculine and the feminine within it. They contain the both energy. So when you open the plantain, you look at the middle, it doesn't have seed. Plantain wey me dey chop for Africa here, open am, there is black seed in the center. Madam Yamaja, I'm not going to answer you. I have people who will answer you here. You get it? Yes, that little black things in the center is the seed. That is the seed inside. And to really know that seed is original from Africa, if you put it on the soil, it will start growing. You know? That is how you know it's original from the soil. You put it on the soil. That one you're eating, the black one. Put it on the soil. Cover it up. You have to put it like this. From the head side, you took out from the original branch. Not the other side, you're peeling it from the head side. You know, that place the liquid water comes out from. You know, just put it on the soil. Put it on the soil. Everything they give you in the Western world are plants that are masculine. That is why their orange have no seed. Most of their fruits have no seed. The plantain you're eating there is masculine plantain. Is a lab plantain, believe it or not. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm telling you to your front, I'm telling you this. You see me, they hide mouth. They have blocked me so many times because of this. I don't need to travel to understand the word GMO. That is your problem. You think going to the material world, you have gained everything in life. You have just been programmed. That is why you're working there, eating GMOs. You think I need to go to the United States to be enlightened? Because you live in America, you think you're more enlightened than us here in Africa? You think you're a god? Come back to Africa and eat real food. What you're eating is rubbish. They are killing you. How many of your children you gave birth in in America, you took their placenta home? You think I don't know what I'm talking about? I said they are giving you chemical to eat. If you have been in Africa, good for you. But you living in America doesn't make you better than me. All of them are masculine. They are forcing chemical into the plants. When they inject chemical, that is the fertilizer you people are using now in Africa. African land don't need fertilizer. The land is originally blessed. When I talk about this, you think I'm talking about what? The plantain you're eating is replanted. So when they plant the original African plantain, they put chemical. So the sap that comes out of the plantain that grows beside the plantain, that is what they are taking to replant. That is not the original. If you want to plant plantain and you really want to plant plantain, take the one you're eating, put it on the ground. If it grows, you will know that, yes, this is original African plantain. The GMOs will get rotten on the ground. It will rotten and never grow anything. Something I have experimented. I've experimented it. I've taught people who experimented it. You know? And so that is one thing with we black people. You exist in the Western world because you went there as a slave. The land of your birth is not your original land, so just know it. You live in a material world. That is why we call it the material world. Yes, you live in a material world. I live in the land of origin. The land of your origin, that is where I live. Africa, the motherland, the middle nature, the first land. That is the paradise on earth. You know? And the reason why you were taken into slavery was what? Was what? Jealousy. They are jealousing you. They hate you. You think they like you. They don't like you. No plantain. I'm saying it and I'm saying it again. No fruit in the Western world that is feminine and masculine altogether. It does not exist. They don't have it there. Greetings, Anita. They don't have it in their world.
I greet you, bro.
I greet you.
How about that now?
Come on,
My
I will chat you up on WhatsApp.
My father planted plantains. That one you're eating, he will put it on the ground and it will grow. It will grow,
now.
germinate into big plantain. You think
Yes,
I'm telling you something out of maybe I read it in a book? I'm telling
This
you
is true
something I
matter, boss. They
experienced
tell
in
them
my
the truth. Don't mind
backyard.
them. Africa, thank God, Africa
I
now don't they wake up. We don't they wake up, bro.
I experienced it in my own living. My father showed me that this plantain you see bear seed. When you put it on the ground, it will grow into a big plantain. And they are even more healthy than the one you're taking from the shop.
Yes, so.
Good morning, sir.
Slavery never even end. We are still into slavery. That is why everything you eat is being decided by another person. Ajeguna, you're welcome. Ibu Ameka, you're welcome, my brothers.
Yeah, I get you. For Europe, where we say day, that Adoro way day na prison, bro. Adoro na prison. They just give him another name. Camp. It's not camp. It's Adoro. Adoro is prison. They will give you people go out, he come back, they lock the gate. Is it not prison? So, bro, they
It's
do
like
it.
that.
They did it in another way.
Yes, you
That's
agree.
why they tell
I
our
agree
people,
with
may they
you.
wake up. Many people don't they wake up. May
For
more
me,
people wake up.
for me, African people have wake up already. We just not
Yeah,
decide
but not
what
all, bro.
we have never decided what to do. That is the problem now. We have wake
Yeah.
up for me, but we don't know what to do. That we don't have the same mind together. Everybody is saying this one is saying this. We need to be unit as one. In that way,
Yes.
we will not be a slave again. But do Africa ready to plan that to be one? Because when you look what is happening today in Tunis, Tunisia is deporting a lot of Africa back to Gambia, Nigerian, and so on and so forth.
Tunisians are not Africa.
Tunisia is not
Egyptians
Africa.
are not Africa. Algerians are not Africa.
Okay, why they put us? Why they put them among of Africa?
Yes, because the original people who owned the land are Africans.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So when you talk about Morocco, you talk about Tunisia, you talk about Algeria, you talk about Egypt. The people occupying those lands are the Arabs from the Caucasus Mountain, which is the Turks of the Caucasus Mountain. So those land was invaded. So they are Europeanized Arab. So the mother that holds Christianity is the same mother and father that holds the Arabs. Even Libya, they are all Caucasians from the Caucasus
because
Mountain.
why?
They are the
Because
Turks.
black never, they are different.
Understand.
Black are
Understand.
different. They are
So they are
different.
suppressing the original people. That is why
Yeah.
they must always put the people who are white in their leadership. They will never allow a black person to rule in those land. Why? Because the land is invaded.
Correct.
They are
Okay.
not original.
Understand. Because they are afraid of to not open all the whole thing that they are
Yes,
hiding.
yes, they are the Ottoman Empire. And who started the Ottoman Empire? The British people. The British people were using the Ottoman people to conquer territories. So
Yeah.
if you talk about the people who actually take us as slaves, it was the Arabs, aided by the British and Roman Empire. The Romans never had a people who fought their own war. They never had their own people fighting their own war. They take people from other lands.
To
Yeah.
fight the war.
Yes, to fight their war. So what they did in order to conquer those lands, they have to use the Arabs, the Ottoman Empire, because they are very aggressive when it comes to war. And
Understood.
Africa, we don't defend ourselves. We don't have aggressive soldiers. We don't stand guards. So the story of people standing guards in a king palace came from the British history. It's not our
No.
history.
Bro, that is the truth.
You're
I
welcome,
understand.
Siva. You're welcome, Your Highness. Thank you. You know? So in the first place, our spirituality is being affected because from the invention of the Greek, which means they brought their own indoctrination, and then the Roman came, the Arab, all of them came with their own indoctrination. So when you talk about African spirituality, are you talking about the one the Greek taught us, or the one the Arabs came with, or the one
In England.
the British people came with? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the one before we were invaded in the first place? Which one? So, as an African, you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not in Africa. I don't know Egypt as an African land. You talk about Morocco. Morocco is not an African land. Algeria is not an African people. Tunisia is not African people. Those people occupying the land are not the original people. The original people are black people. The original Arabs still follow the Arabs of Africa follow the principle of what? Of Ra. Ra Aman. Ra Amin. Which is the seat of wisdom. So why are they calling Muhammad? They are not our people. You talk about the Rastafarians, the Ra from the star, Ra and star, sun, moon, and star. These are our people. Why? Because they are following the original Kushite system. So if they pursue you in Tunisia, they are pursuing you because that is the land of your origin. They don't want you to be there. What did they do before they took over Africa? They started making us allow them into our politics. Now, what are you talking about? What is happening in Benin? What is happening in Nigeria today? They want to take over Nigeria too. They want to take over Benin. So the Christianity and the Arab, you all are fighting against each other, is bettered from the same mother and father.
Yeah.
I agree.
The Ottoman himself, who conquered Africa, the man himself was groomed and he grew up in the British Empire. You see? Go check your history.
If you don't know your history, somebody can deceive you.
The
If you don't know your
original
history,
person,
everybody can fool you.
yes, who is the Ottoman himself, grew up in the British Empire. So he was groomed and trained when he was a kid by the British people. So he was loyal to them. He killed his own uncle to take over the throne. He killed his own uncle. He also killed the uncle's son. Who pushed him to do that? The British people. When they were fighting for one Europe. So when they invaded Africa, what did they do? They first of all went into our politics.
Yeah.
So that is why an African, a black man from the original motherland, can never rule Egypt. They will never allow that. A black man can never rule Morocco. A black man can never rule Algeria.
The same
A
thing,
black
Western world.
man, yes, a black man can never rule Tunisia. Now you come to Nigeria, a Fulani can never be allowed. Igbo or Yoruba, all those, you know, I don't know if you understand where I'm going.
Yeah, I understand you, bro.
Why? Because the British are still making the decision concerning this country, Nigeria. You see?
Yes, sir.
I agree.
So you all
It's like that.
Africans talking about my country. I love my country. I'm African. I'm this one. I'm this one. And this one. All of your country is a company owned by the British people. Is a PLC. Limited
British rule
company.
Nigeria. These are the people that own Nigeria.
Nigeria Limited.
Nigerian PLC now.
Nigeria
Old
PLC.
vendor.
Nigeria is our oil company, British oil company. That's how it be.
And when you talk about the British, you must know that the United States are the branch of the British people.
Yeah.
They
That's
know,
true.
even the Queen knew that the America is her son. Yes?
Yes.
All of them, they are
Yes.
the same thing. They are the same.
Yes? They are the same
I
people.
agree.
They are the same people.
The spare casting people. We don't cast spare in Africa. We are not the spare casting people. Some of you are there claiming Jamaican. They are oppressing you in Jamaica, Caribbean, all of that.
Yes,
because
now.
it is
Yes,
not
now.
your original land. No matter
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
talk, it's not your original land.
The same
That
thing
is
with
your
the black
land of your birth.
Americans. The same thing with,
That is the
your
land.
black Americans.
Yes, now they know it. It's not the land
They
of your
know. They
origin.
know.
Just
Some of them
because
now, they are up now. I heard
yes,
some of
just
them
because
now say that they want to go back to Africa.
yes, just because your ancestors traded all those route doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's your land. It's not your
No,
land. It's
no,
not
no,
our land.
no. It can never be.
But Africa influenced the place, if you want to go into the truth. Because before the British came to America, Africa have been taking palm oil, timber to the other side of our American people, which is the
Yeah.
Cuba, the Mexicans, and all of that region, Brazil. That is why if you go there, they are dominated by African religion, African way of life.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
Because Africa has been going there. Before the British even think of producing boat, we have been using boat to travel.
Using it now.
Why? Because if you turn the map of Africa upside down,
Okay.
if you turn the map of Africa upside down, you will realize that the current of Atlantic Ocean is flowing down to America. From America, it will move you to where? It will move you to Middle East. From Middle East, it moves you into Jordan. From Jordan, you come back to present Egypt. So if you take off from Mali, in the Atlantic Ocean, where are you going? You're going straight to America.
Bro, tell them the truth, bro. Let them wake up.
So which means you don't even need to paddle. Why? Because the current is flowing towards America. And when it rotates into Asia, Middle Belt, back to Jordan, then brings you back to Egypt.
Spiritual, bro.
Africa have been trading. We have walked around the world. Yes. But that doesn't make us the original land of that place. No, we are not Americans. But we have been going there to trade. Waiting carry the Portuguese come to Africa. What brought the Greek people to Africa is medicine and plant. Medicine, cocoa. That is what brought them in the first place. Before they discovered that all of those things they have been looking for, we have it in quantum. They came to Africa. They made gunpowder. They were amused. Wow, these people already have gunpowder. We have gunpowder before them.
Yes, we own everything. Forget these people.
We own all of it. Palm oil,
Jealous
timber.
people. They are very, very jealous.
They are just jealous of us.
Jealous people. White people, they are jealous. They know we are the original people. They know.
We are the original land. We are the original people.
Bro, make I tell you now.
Why, just a minute. That is why for them to exist, they are adding our DNA into their children.
Yeah.
Genetically. You know, I met a white man who told me, pump and plain, that he has 20% of African blood. That is why he will walk in the sun. Why? Because that African blood is protecting him from the sun. Because if he has to go into the sun without that blood inside him, he will burn.
Yes, and they can't stay in Africa now. No, they can't.
Yes. So most of them now are staying in Africa. Why? Because they have African blood. I said it before, they are ready to wipe us out. Why? Because a lot of the wealthy men are buying the 9-ATR. They are storing the 9-ATR.
They were saying it since now. They were saying it's everywhere. So they said they want to wipe Africa out. They are saying it.
Yes,
but it can't happen.
How much are they saying? How much are they selling 9-ATR? One egg of a woman is sold for $500. So convert that to Nigerian money. So any African woman will want to jump into it. But why are you selling your own egg for only $500, Africans? Do you know what you can?
I don't know.
Because they are
now
looking for
somebody
money.
have
said everything now. They want to wipe us out.
Somebody now have about 500,000 banked 9-ATR. They are going to use it to recreate their own children coming. So the new white people coming into bed, expect them to have 9-ATR. So when they seize your placenta, they take out the amniotic oil. When they give birth, they inject this thing into their children. That is why you cannot take your placenta. So your child is sharing the same amniote oil with another child that you don't even know about.
Bro, these people, they are the most wicked people in the world. These people.
Now, what did they do? The amniote oil they told you is anointing oil. And they sell it to you so that you anoint your forehead.
Say God say.
Buying anointing oil. Olive oil will be say if you use and cook better stew like this, the stew go dey scent like which I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro.
Pure oil, natural oil. Olive oil is one of the best natural oil.
Bros, the thing is brainwash. It's brainwash. They brainwash our people. And when you are telling them they don't understand, they brainwash them. You know?
Sorry, sir.
It's brainwash.
How do you think that this thing can stop?
Bros,
how do you think that this thing can stop?
I think it won't stop because our people, they don't believe their African brothers. They believe white people. So it's very hard to stop. You see, it's very hard.
They believe
white people than their brothers.
Is not what you're supposed to. So you should listen very carefully. What is matter? I've been asking myself. This is a question. I've been searching for this answer for a very long time. I've been in this Western world. What are they doing with the placentas of our women after they are giving birth? Like the teaching is going into my brain, and like I'm dumbfounded. I'm learning a lot. You understand? It's beyond human imagination. Like they will not. It takes. I don't know how I'm going to put it. We just have to wake up. Like we back home. We have to wake up. Because the fight belongs to them. Still back there in Africa because you are waking us up, you understand? Like what our brother said, we don't wake up small. But it's not easy. What those people are doing, what those people they do. No. It's as in Shaman has said it already. The day you were born, like you are born as in Africa, see, we are born with that talent, as in just name it.
Yeah.
What you say, man, what did they happen today? What did they do? As we don't already get that talent. We don't already get that. We don't. As we are born with it to create.
Let love lead. Do you know that they are seizing the placenta of our women? All the African leaders, they are keeping quiet about this. Nobody is saying anything.
Those people.
Do you know what it means?
They are already carried away. They are already, those are our leaders, that they are living like they are lost.
Bro,
you see,
this is not
our politicians.
The thing is money. His money is controlling African leaders. It's money.
Money is even nonsense. This is the beginning of your teaching today. What are you doing with the money? When you are going, will you go with those money? Like I don't know. You have to wake up now and know what to do, because this is a good problem.
Me and you, we are thinking about this, but they are not thinking about this.
What is the development? What is development? Light, yeah, steel. We have it. The resources there, like the raw materials. Look at for example, the railways. Yeah, what is the cost? What will be the material? What is they construct railways? Melter. We have blacksmith. And listen, let me tell you, they say go level. Which work you want to learn? The blacksmith, they are the controller of all nations. Like, just name it. They are the first of creation. Now them they create. Now they go create something. Look at for example, the cars, everything. Who do want to be blacksmith? Now blacksmith.
Waiting with they call blacksmith for Igbo. We call it Ekpozo.
Ekpozo, yeah. No.
But I've told you people the meaning of Ekpozo here.
No more.
Those people,
no more.
Like those people, now they ask questions for all countries. Like, what do they want to do now? What do you want to do? This road, want to do this railway. They are the first, as in they create. They create as in They put
we
it in
already, my brother, we already have a problem. Why? Because one of that problem is this. When you meet a South African will say you are more Bantu. You go to Zimbabwe, they will tell you I'm more Bantu. You go to Ghana, they are telling you I'm more Bantu. My brother, you are no Bantu than I am. Oh. All of us are Bantus people. We should stop all this dividing. They are dividing us because
this is our
they have
problem.
to rule.
This is Africa
For them to
don't love
rule,
each other. This is the
yes,
problem.
for them to rule, they have to divide us. You cannot rule people who are together. You can never rule people who are together. So they are using the method of divide and rule. Nobody is more Bantu than another. The word Bantu, Ba, means body. That is where they inscribe the word body from. Ba. Ntu means sound that comes from your divine essence. Yes, Ntu means body. It comes from your divine essence. What do we call Nkpoto in English language? Is it not sound? Unu na-eme Nkpoto. Stop making Nkpoto. Stop making noise.
Yes,
Ozo.
Nkpoto na sound.
Ozobo noise, right? Nkpoto na sound. Why is it that when an elder wants to stop a child, they will tell you, Emezina Nkpoto? Why? Because they know the sound is a